My name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga-Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Health Ministry under the spotlight. Early morning body find shocks residents. And FSC welcomes loan repayment extension.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spade.
The acting Prime Minister made some shocking revelations concerning the Health and Medical Services Ministry during the Nurses and Civil Servants Roadshow in Suva last night. Ayah Said Qayyum revealed the ministry has not been utilising its budgetary allocation in the past years. Akosita Thale reports.
Pointing out a number of incompetencies within the Health Ministry, Acting Prime Minister Ayah Said Qayyum revealed the ministry has been underspending over the past years.
They've actually been underspending. In fact, the year before last, they returned about $14 million from Seg 1 and Seg 2, which is the embalments.
He adds the shortage of medicine in hospitals is the result of mismanagement by the staff who do not keep up to date with the chain of supply. He adds there's also a lack of communication between the Human Resources Department and the staff.
Those are the kind of administrative issues that obviously the Ministry of Health officials and the Permanent Secretary obviously is not overseeing that properly, because there's obviously a lot of complaints about that too. So we're quite concerned about that, and we'll be raising it with the respective Permanent Secretary and the Minister concerned.
More than 200 health officials that turned up for the consultation were also advised that all civil servants who are entitled for overtime allowances must be paid overtime.
The exception was made for nurses that you are still eligible for overtime, because otherwise moving up to Band F you wouldn't have been. But we know that it's important. We have to be able to provide overtime to continue with the services.
The minister continued the consultation with the nurses and civil servants in Lautoka and Ba today. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the acting Prime Minister also reiterated that he has complained to the chair of the Public Service Commission about a few permanent secretaries. Minister for Health Rosie Akbar is shocked and appalled at the deteriorating condition of some hospitals and quarters for health workers around the country. She attributed this to the lack of timely maintenance over the years. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
Health Minister Rosie Akbar says most health facilities around the country have been neglected for a very long time.
If previous government had been serious about investing money in health, especially in the facilities, we would not be here. We would not be at that stage where some of our facilities are deteriorating.
Akbar says even the state of nurses and doctors' quarters are shocking.
We need to provide you with decent accommodation so that you can do your work well. I visited quarters where the roof is leaking, the floor has worn out for so many years.
Speaking at the Sabu Sabu hospital today, Akbar says while she is happy that some hospitals are in a good condition, there are others that need much work.
I've walked across CWM hospital, again, very old facility. I see the floor worn out, tapes leaking, and those are the things I pick on. Chipped paint here and there. These are the things that we can fix.
Well, personally, I think the hospitals in Fiji needs a lot of maintenance.
It's a bit, but most of the improvements have been made, and we can see the progress currently happening.
The ministry is in the process of identifying health facilities around the country that need urgent upgrade. Eleanor Turangivio, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the Sabu Sabu Children's Ward received an $11,000 facelift. The renovation done by ANZ included the repainting of the two sections of the ward and the provision of books, bookshelves, drawers and toys. Health Minister Rosie Akbar says the new look facility will help improve service delivery to the patients.
I've been informed that similar renovation works had been done at the hospital in the previous years, and through this recent renovation You have once again demonstrated sustainability in your commitment to uplift the services provided to not only Savu but our other facilities.
A man's body was found at the crossing in Vicinda Nasino this morning. The 21-year-old has been identified by his family. The deceased was residing in Kinoya. The man's body was discovered by an unknown person at around 8 a.m. who then contacted Crime Stoppers. A post-mortem will be conducted to ascertain the cause of death. Investigations continue. The Fiji Sugar Corporation has welcomed the extension for repayment of the loan from the Exim Bank of India. This will give FSC a better position to upgrade its infrastructure. Ropate Valeme has more.
FSC Chief Executive Graham Clark says the Parliament motion to extend the government guarantee period for the loan from 19 September 2019 to the end of 2028 is positive progress.
An existing guarantee that was in place for that loan facility that was due to expire next year. Now we've managed to negotiate extended payment terms with the Indian bank, with Exim Bank, but that required the guarantee to be extended.
The Exim Bank of India gave a loan of over $100 million to the Fiji Sugar Corporation in 2014 to upgrade the 3 sugar mills in the country.
We're very pleased that Parliament saw fit to renew that guarantee, which has now given us the ability to actually secure that, put it in place, and give us the cash flow relief that we need for the next year or so.
FSC Chair Vishnu Mohan says they have to put their own house in order.
Right now, we have got a lot of work to do in-house. I think that's what we are focusing on. Right? So there is no reason as to why we shouldn't succeed. I think where we have failed in the past is paying attention to detail, dealing with the basic stuff.
FSC, in close alignment with the Sugar Ministry, continues to deploy government support for cane farmers, and a review of factory capability has been completed by external consulting engineers. Ropate Valeme, FBC News.
Imposters posing as enumerators have been reported in Namandi Heights and Rewanga in Suva. Census senior statistician Emily Soderberg has confirmed they have received several reports from their officials of fake enumerators making the rounds. Soderberg is reassuring the public that all enumerators will be dressed in fluorescent yellow reflector jackets with the Census logo. In addition, they will have photo identification and will only use tablets to compile the data. Soderberg says the imposters were reportedly wearing orange jackets, recorded information on mobile phones, and didn't carry photo IDs.
So one of the things that we're trying to ensure that the public know and is made aware of is that all our officers will wear fluorescent yellow jackets that has the Census logo on the back of the jackets as well as on the front pocket of it, and their ID cards will have their photos.
Still to come, AFL announces winners for National Artwork Competition and kids show host laid to rest. Stay with us.
Moala rarara ranavika, o tikongona tau no singafoka, ando talisaka na wakaronga ng Bull FM, number 2 na sere.
Ya dora subuli kurnambili, iborani batsukara hambara binaranga. Total takinan na warongan ng Bull FM, number 2 na sere. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
It will be decided tomorrow whether the attempted murder case of Shaista Devi will proceed or not. Devi is charged with a count each of attempted murder and criminal intimidation. It is alleged that she attempted to murder her 4-year-old son and threatened to kill her mother-in-law last year. Defense lawyer Abe Singh filed a no-case to answer application in court yesterday. Singh claims Devi did this to scare her mother-in-law, who he claims had been ill-treating her client. Judge Justice Riaz Hamza will make a ruling tomorrow. A painting from a small village in Vanua Levu has stamped its mark to be viewed by millions of people at the Nandi International Airport. The painter is a 28-year-old farmer from Savu. Ropate Valeme has more.
With millions of arrivals at the Nandi International Airport annually, this painting will be among other selected paintings displayed at the PZ terminal.
It depicts a simple idea of how our elders are cooking coconut oil. I think this generation might forget how they use traditional items. And my emphasis is because it will be displayed in here, as mentioned here. Around 200 million people will be in and out of this country. So this painting will be exposed.
The gold and silver winner of the contemporary painting, Sharon Light, says her love for nature pushes her to paint.
I've always liked turtles, so yeah, I've painted quite a few turtles. And of course the pandamas, everybody loves pandamas, and I've always liked pandamas, so hence I painted those two.
Airports Fiji Limited organized the national artwork competition together with the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation, which was a perfect avenue for many to unveil their talents.
The high number of entries and the quality of entries and the high quality of entries made it a very difficult task.
The traditional category silver winner is Arvind Sukul, while Elias Amaikele Lee scooped the bronze prize. Erika Singh took the bronze prize for the contemporary category. Ropate Valeme, FBC News.
Family, friends and work colleagues came together today to bid farewell to FBC TV's Just Kids host Monica Ringamoto. Ringamoto, who was affectionately known as Auntie Monica to kids, passed away last Friday due to illness. Savara Tambor reports.
Making her last journey to the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation, Monica Ringamoto's affection was something which touched not only the kids who watch her show, but also her work colleagues.
Monica was and continues to be an inspiration to many. She first appeared on Just Kids on the 4th of April 2016, and it wasn't long enough before the name Auntie Monica became well known across the nation.
Auntie Monica made her presence felt everywhere she went, and even after her death, her laughter and jokes are still remembered by many.
She's an old lady. They always encourage me to speak in English.
The kids' show was part and parcel of her life. Today, most heard how she would spend hours making sure the kids of Fiji got the best while watching.
It's a beautiful day, and I'm here in a small baby punt.
Just like Monica entered FBC last year, touching the lives of many, she has left behind memories which will be treasured. She is survived by her husband Robert and daughter Connie. Savara Tambua, FBC News.
Renowned gynecologist and private practitioner Dr. Prasad has passed away. Dr. Prasad, who is originally from Lautoka, died at the CWM hospital in Suva last night. She completed her postgraduate studies from Gujarat, India. Dr. Prasad engaged in community outreach through radio talkback shows on FBC's Hindi radio station Radio Fiji 2 for the last 25 years. Turning to world news, more than 100 people have been killed after a powerful earthquake struck central Mexico, toppling buildings in the capital, Mexico City. It happened less than 2 weeks after another deadly earthquake that claimed 90 lives, and on the anniversary of the quake in 1985 that killed thousands of people. Ahead in sports with Jamie, NCC finals, pools drawn, but up next is Rachel with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up in business tonight. HFC Bank launches new service. And in Going Fiji, Pacifica Communications move forward in a new direction. Stay with us.
I'm under a sort of of whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Tano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the
Welcome back. Leading business tonight, the Director of Retail Marketing for Carpenters Fiji Limited says the new max value supermarkets have been created for low-income earners. However, Kuna Sabaratnam says MH supermarkets will still remain as they are. Anna Ravulo has more.
The General Manager of MH says these supermarkets are a way of giving back to their customers. He says this is in line with government's vision to assist Fijians in being able to afford goods at a reasonable price.
MH actually celebrates its 150 years anniversary next year, and to thank all the customers of Fiji who have backed us up for the last 150 years, That's what the birth of Max Value is all about.
The newly opened supermarkets are also part of a vision by the Carpenters Group to ensure that there is a competitive market. Sabaratnam says these products are cheaper for various reasons.
A lot of importation on our own, and also we have some good business associates, local business associates, who are supporting this initiative. Since we have opened, we have done more than 100 plus and still counting.
People come shop here because, through my budget, I check it's quite cheaper than other supermarkets then.
Because it's cheap here.
There are currently 13 Max Value supermarkets in the Central Division, and they plan to open more in other divisions as well. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Standing in long lines to pay your bills will be a thing of the past for HFC Bank customers. A new HFC Bank bill payment service was launched this morning, and customers can now pay their bills from the comfort of their home. The board chairman says the new system will also allow the customers to check their balance and print statements for free.
Smartphone, you can just access your account and just make the payments directly, and it's instant. So once you press the OK, your bill is paid, which is great.
And we now join Savanada from HFC Bank with the latest from the money world.
Vinaka, global stock markets edged higher on Tuesday. The US dollar dipped as investors waited for signals from the Federal Reserve on when it will hike interest rates again and start shrinking its balance sheet. The US dollar weakened against our dollar today by 11 points, as well as against others in our basket of currencies. This is all in advance of a Federal Reserve meeting where policymakers are expected to decide on reducing the central bank's $4.2 trillion worth of bond holdings. In Japan, the Nikkei share average surged 2% on Tuesday to hit its highest closing in more than 2 years, as investors drew confidence from a lower yen. The Japanese yen opened 21 basis points weaker this morning. That's the global financial market report for now. Vinaka.
And on to today's exchange rates and foreign currencies in the Fijian dollar. The Fijian dollar rose against the Chinese yuan and the American dollar to close at 3.20 and 48 cents respectively, while the New Zealand and Australian dollars weakened to close at 60 and 66 cents, and the PNG Kina closed at 137. As for the commodities market, it was a mixed day with oil prices closing at $49.85 a barrel. Gold closed at $1,310 per ounce and silver closed at $17.32 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, Pacifica Communications has revamped its organization with new departments and key appointments along with a brand new logo. Sole owner Dale Hermanson says they have also hired a team of young people to enhance the production in the region. Kelly Vadala has more.
Pacifica Communications has diversified and strengthened its outreach in the commercial and tourism sector through a major rebranding exercise.
I was always a part owner, but now I'm the primary shareholder of the company. So because of that, me and the team have decided to go in some new directions. We decided to restructure the company, we decided to rebrand the company, and we decided to introduce some new departments to the company.
Natalia Evans has been appointed the general manager and Shashi Chand is the new business manager for the company.
We've got a great new young team now, and I've been with the company for about 18 years now, so I've pretty much grown up with the company. A team of young people is always a great ingredient for our field.
Pacifica Communications is a full-service advertising agency and a media production facility. It is now situated at McGregor Street in Suva. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
And that's a wrap from business this evening. Now to the latest in sports. Here's Jamie.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening in sports. After the break, Fiji and Drua bring in reinforcements for Perth Spirit Challenge. And Courts IDC fixtures released. This and more coming up.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकु रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ. मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1. इट्स सो हॉट.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे. मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट.
हाय मैं संध्या नारिया रेफ्रिकी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं मिर्ची एफएम हॉट आई लव मिर्ची एफएम
हमें स्पिन तो किताबों के मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
With the Fiji Airways Ndrua building up for its toughest challenge yet in the NRC, team management has roped in a few reinforcements. The side has also suffered a number of injuries after 3 rounds, forcing coach Senurusi Serubakula to draft in replacements into the squad ahead of its match against defending champions and table leaders Perth Spirit. Heroni Tuinuku reports.
Playing against the defending champions will not be a walk in the park for the Ndrua boys.
And bringing in Mata to come for training because we've seen that Perth they have big boys playing in the forwards.
Injuries continues to be the major concern for the team.
We have a lot of capable replacements, a lot of reliable players in the squad. As you guys can see, Talinga is training with us. The management have also brought in Alfredi Bitokani.
The Fijian players are working on numerous game plans to ensure they bring down the visitors at Laudala.
Our restarts, our set pieces, our defense, and that's what we're going to be doing today. At the same time, it's going to be a lot of physical and conditioning be done for the players.
The Fiji Airways Ndrua team sits on second place with 10 points, while Perth Spirit remains at the top of the table also on 10, but top via points difference. The match kicks off at 5 p.m. at the ANZ Stadium in Suva on Saturday. Eroni Tuinuku, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Rugby under 18 and 16 teams presented the Itatau this morning to President Major General retired Chochi Konrote. The two teams have a number of matches lined up in Australia next week. Eroni Tuinuku reports.
While receiving the Itatau, the President conveyed the nation's well wishes to the players.
Accepting Itatau today, I wish to convey the nation's collective encouragement and best wishes for a very successful tour of Australia. As your head of state, I also encourage you to be champions, not only in the rugby field but also in looking after our environment.
Compared to previous years, these boys have what it takes to compete against the best.
One of the advantage of this team is that we have a core of the team is from particular teams like RKS and QS, where we already have the combinations in place.
What they have learned in the rivalry of secondary schools rugby competition will hike the team's performance.
Mostly the main platform, I think, for the bondage between these two teams, mostly the core, RKS and QS, is that we have one thing in common. We have a brotherhood.
The Fiji under-18s will be playing against New Zealand, Australia and the Australian Barbarians in Sydney next weekend. Meanwhile, the 16s will be in Brisbane to play against 3 under-16 Australian National Rugby Championship teams. Eroni Tuinuku, FBC Sports.
Oceania National Olympics Committee President Dr. Robin Mitchell has been promoted as International Olympic Committee Executive Member. Mitchell joined the IOC in 1994 and has been a member ever since. He has previously served as chair of a number of boards within the IOC, including the chair of the Anti-Doping Agency in 2001 and also chair of the ANOC Medical Commission. Mitchell will serve as an executive member until the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. The former national hockey rep and coach says this is a milestone achievement for him.
Role on the executive board, well, I've probably still to find out what additional work I probably will be doing, but I would imagine it will be primarily with the National Olympic Committees in terms of those that are having issues, probably helping to get the sides together or other development work.
The Tavua football side opens its Premier Division campaign against Nandi at the Courts Inter-District Championship next month. The Gold Town boys will play in the top-tier competition after 4 years. In other matches on day 1, Rewa plays Ndreketi, Mba battles Lambasa, while Lautoka takes on Suva. The IDC will be played from the 10th to the 15th of October at Lautoka's Churchill Park.
They are at the moment on record like 500-600 overseas people already asking for tickets and booked into Lautoka. It's a great tournament that will bring a lot of old football fans from across the world.
Last year's National Football Club Championship finalist Mureta FC is the hot favourite to take out this year's tournament. While with defending champions Press FC out of the competition, the Suva-based side has a good chance of going one better this year. Meanwhile, the competition is expected to be played in the 90-minute format from next year.
Maybe from next year, we will reorganize the National Club Championship. We want to play this tournament not in 60-minute soccer, but we want to go back to play National Club Championship 90-minute soccer as well. So we'll have to come up with a new format.
Team Fiji sprinters Aaron Powell and Makareta Noulu have set new national records in the 60 meters event during the Asian Indoor and Martial Arts Games in Turkmenistan. Powell clocked 6.87 seconds in the semi-finals, surpassing his own record of 7.19 seconds, which was set 2 weeks ago. Meanwhile, Noulu broke a 6-year record in the women's 60 meters after she ran a time of 7.69 seconds, breaking the previous record set by Milika Tuivanovo of 8.04 seconds in 2011. In today's Play of the Day, a cruel twist of fate for an Aussie Rugby League player who threw the ball into the sky in celebration of what she thought was the end of a match and a championship victory for her team. However, the game was not over. During the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League's second-tier women's final, West Welland literally threw away their victory after a final hooter blunder from one of their players. That's it from sports. Catch weather later on with Angie, and in the world of the weird and the wonderful, London's famous Chinatown starts catering to modern Asia. That's coming up.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo tali taka na varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon ko lang ndo tali taka na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Kaya ko sila tali, nagurara may nawamanyi, nandunga. Gitu tali tagi na ndo pinasabale kung nagundurong barong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.
The new operating system from Apple, iOS 11, was recently announced alongside a new line of iPhones at Apple's keynote. Features including Animoji, portrait lighting and Face ID are all built into iOS 11 with the new iPhone X. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. An excellent way to start your day with wonderful sunny conditions. Well, I'm pretty sure you made the most out of it. Looking at the west, a marvelous sunny day throughout. I bet most of us did exciting things. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, we witnessed a day full of sunshine with cloudy periods breaking in the afternoon. And up in Vanuatu, a stunning day was in store. What a day to hit the beach. At sea, southeast winds 20 to 25 knots with rough seas. And for the tides, high tide tomorrow morning will be at 6:33 with a low tide at 12:28. See the beauty of sunrise at 5:57. For tomorrow, voila, a brilliant and a bright sunny day is expected. I guess it's time to spread the mats under the coconut tree. Tomorrow's temps, Lautoka and Lambasa will be quite warm with highs of 31 degrees. And looking further on to Friday, more clearer and brighter conditions are waiting. I'm glad we are finally in the sun's favor. And that's our FBC weather for tonight. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. On Fiji on Pulse today, we asked, what should we do to prevent jaywalking in towns and cities?
Well, I think there should be more pedestrian crossing and like the people crossing without care should be fined.
I think they should be charged for jaywalking.
There should be flyovers made for pedestrian crossings and things like that to stop jaywalking. And the council should do more to put the barricades around the roads in towns and cities.
Harsh penalties should be given.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, it's been the center of Chinese life in London since the 1950s, but Chinatown is changing. The developers say the area needs to modernize by bringing in new restaurants. Recapping the main stories, Health Ministry under the spotlight, early morning body fine shocks residents, and FSC welcomes loan repayment extension. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question this week, we are asking, do you agree with the name and shame policy for tax evaders? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, the beautiful scene was shot early morning from Nailangamba by Ananayasa Mode. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye for now.
Bula, kera mai singa toka, kera ndo tali taka na varorong na radio Fiji 1 and domoy viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon ko ndo tali taka na radio Fiji 1 na domoy viti.
Ayaw ko yazo sila tali, nagurara may naomanyi, nandunga. Gitu tali tagi na ndo Venezuela, nagunto rongo, barong na radio Fiji 1 na domoy viti.
Na radio Fiji 1 na domoy viti na bonga ni BNN.